Now look at what we got down here. We got construction tools because we're going to be a little mini bee shed construction yard. Now that we've got past that rain, and even though we're on the chilly side, I want to get my lids finished. Like I mentioned, it's just a temporary situation at the moment, but everybody looks like they're liking the sunshine. I may have to actually put my jacket on when it comes to doing said work. Everybody looking pretty good. But I'm going to take the tarps off and the plywood off, and I'm going to assemble my bulkheads on the ends, and yeah, see, that's already starting to rip. Those aren't going to hold up that way. Change of plans. Well, no, I knew they weren't going to hold up that way. But this is just kind of showing a little bit, and I'll kind of let you see when I get stages done. Got to get the work done. Be back in a bit. Bees. Bunches of bees. They're having a good day. So am I. Got started doing stuff yesterday from the first clip, whatever you would call it. And then some of my fall food for them showed up, so beekeeping took precedence, even though building the sheds is kind of beekeeping. But now we got one of them set up. It's kind of minimalist, and it's actually secured to the bench by zip ties and duct tape and second-hand brand new. But it's a real simple situation. It's basically two 2x4s and plywood and hinges, and it'll have some reinforcements added to it and that sort of thing. I'm going to put a spacer in along the center to stiffen it up, but I'd like to paint it. I may not get to that, but then we'll use the tarps over the top of it like we did. But this should allow me to secure the tarps better. Plus I'll put a screw in here or something to draw down to. I gotta do something with the corners. I'm also gonna hang, I have some fencing that I'm gonna hang across the front. It'll hang down to about here. I'm gonna stop right there. I might come along the side with it. I guess I could do that pretty easy. It's just scrap stuff. Pretty much everything I'm using is second hand, even the plywood discount. But I think it'll help them a lot, and it gives them a pretty good amount of overhang this way, because last time with just setting the weight up there and stuff, I had to center the plywood more, and this way I could hang it out further. And then, I mean, it actually gives me a little bit more room under there even too if I need it. But I gotta go and get me some more zip ties so I can have zip tie up top, zip tie at the bottom. And then I thought I might, on the insides, I might hang a hive tool or something. But I'm getting everything cut up and set to just assemble the rest of them. Last thing I've got to do is cut the sheets of plywood and get it all laid out. But they're looking better. I don't know if that's better or not. They're definitely activity. Those are the strongest though. Everybody's looking pretty good now that I've got them condensed down some. I have probably 2 maybe 3 of what I'm calling the food supers that I might end up putting on those 2. With all the flyback and everything, those 2 I think ended up probably 2 of the strongest in the colony, or in the apiary. Don't mind that. I'm gonna cut the stuff back so I can kind of sweep it clean and watch my mortuary bees. Kind of watch more, a little more what they pull out. Most of that got pulled out over there was from the combine. Doesn't appear Russians like to combine very well. That's what that one was. Now that other one over there, a Russian daughter queen replaced one of the 2 mothers, so that didn't seem to be as much of an issue. But this one had a carniolan added to it, I believe, and I noticed the next few days there was quite a bit of bees pulled out and hanging in the grate there. Same thing on the other Russian, but not as extensively. It appears Russians are pretty particular, at least these ones. But I still have 1 spare queen, and she's sitting in this box right here for now. Once I get done doing all of the last of this, I'll go around and see if I can determine if anyone's missing one, and if she's still alive, I'll let her go in there over the next few days. I think we're supposed to get below freezing again tonight, but I didn't notice a super lot of frost in here and in among the trees. Maybe they help hold a little bit of the heat in. We get a lot of fog though, but they're looking good. That makes me feel good. Alrighty, I'll give you guys a glimpse when I'm getting done. Later. Well, I'd like to paint it. I'm thinking about painting everything the same colors of the evergreen trees. But I've got all of my side pieces cut, all of everything set out I'll set these up. And then we come in, and mark it. And rip or not rip them, but we'll cut those. And put the rest of it back together. Gotta get me some more zip ties. But I think that works pretty good. Like I said, I want to stiffen it up a little bit. I don't like how wobbly it is, but the whole bench's support structure is built off of the T-posts. I really hope they don't sag, or if our ground gets wet. May have to get some concrete blocks to put underneath them. But that might even work good for summer, It's not all that pretty yet. Wouldn't be too bad if I painted it. I need to come in and, but at the very least, let's see, between the cost of the plywood, the hinges, I already had the junk 2x4s, and then we'll add on zip ties, about $150. $150 to put a roof over my bees. Not too bad. And I've got all the materials except for hinges to put on, over all of them. I only bought enough hinges for these 4. So, next time I show you something, they'll all be assembled. Might even get the ends painted. I'd have to do that early while the bees were sleeping. kind of like to find a way to keep the weather off of that. Ooh, maybe I could take some of my old drip tubing, my supply line, and slit it and feed it over the edge. That might work. And the one nice thing is, even though they're kind of made, you know, custom per bench, because each bench is kind of a little different. It ain't nothing square. But if I wanted to, I could just cut, you know, maybe like an inch or two off the bottom, and then instead of using zip ties, I could use those U-bolts so that I could snug it up tight and secure. So then it's hung directly on the posts instead of sitting on the bench also. Busy bees today. I love that sound. They're gonna be going to bedtime soon. There's that block, don't need in there. Been good girls for the most part. They haven't bugged me too much. I've had to wear my light veil because they get bouncing off the side of my head. Yeah, I'm gonna put those spare boxes on the top of those two. I have cotton in my ear because I was using the saw, and it's still such a sound. Such a sound. And they have to make me a coat hanger or something to sweep bees out of the way, because they may end up with an issue of plugging up the entrances because I run them so small. That's part of this also, is the fact that you're only getting 2 or 3 bees through at a time. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna let you all go. I'm gonna leave you with that lovely sound. Blessed days. Bye.